The LA fires rage, and the people, our emotions rage at a totally avoidable inferno. Welcome to the Doug TenNapel channel. This is where the happy patriots are. As more information comes out, there's two narratives, two sides coming out on this thing. The Democrat side, which blames the weather, meaning no one's at fault, and the Republican side, which is saying this is avoidable, or it could have been mitigated or been greatly avoided because of human beings. Here's Megyn Kelly.
Time of crisis, her city's time of massive crisis, in directing people where to go if they need information, which they do because their houses are burning and their family members, in at least 5 cases, are dying. Listen to this idiot.
Build stronger than ever. Right now, if you need help, emergency information, resources, and shelter is available. All of this can be found at URL.
At URL. She is too stupid to be the mayor of Los Angeles.
Too stupid? URL. She couldn't even name the actual website to get help. So she didn't get the message out. She didn't communicate anything that actually helps people in the time of an emergency. This is the worst leader. I wonder how she got that job. I wonder what amazing qualification she has to have gotten that job.
She is too stupid to be in public office. You failed, madam. You failed. You failed to prepare for the crisis. And then when your country and your city needed you, what did you do? Oh, you took the fastest route home with no layovers on a military plane? Great. And when you got there, you were too dumb to realize that URL was a placeholder, and then to actually look to your team and say, what is the URL? What is the web address? You are a moron. And I am sorry for our friends in Los Angeles who don't deserve this. I realize they voted for this woman, but I'm going to assume they thought she had 2 nickels to rub together in between her ears. Live and learn. Then she gets caught on the way to, I think this was the news conference, by a Sky News reporter. He got her at the airport. And man, did this guy do a good job.
Do you owe citizens an apology for being absent while their homes were burning? Do you regret cutting the fire department budget by millions of dollars, Madam Mayor? Have you nothing to say today? Have you absolutely nothing to say to the citizens today? Elon Musk says that you're utterly incompetent. Are you considering your position? Madam Mayor, have you absolutely nothing to say to the citizens today who are dealing with this disaster? No apology for them?
I mean, she could at least manage an apology, even an empty apology. I'm sorry that I hurt your feelings. She gives you silence. That's contempt. That is demoralizing, dehumanizing, given the gravity of what just happened in her state. It shows, she should be grabbing the media and start spinning it, man. Get them on it. And, this is a public face of, LA mayor. This is the public face. In a world full of actors, you've got a city full of actors, and that's your performance? It's a disaster.
Picture Trump in that circumstance. Would he ever just sit there ignoring the reporter firing those questions at him? No, he would say something. Say something resembling anything. Right? Like, take a shot, madam. This is the first, this guy was on the plane with her coming back from Ghana, most direct route, fear not, and started firing questions at her. And this is her first chance to actually say something. I know you're going to a presser. Say, I'll address it more fully at the presser, but here's my message right now. You're an idiot. She's too dumb to do it. That's why she didn't do it. That's why the fire department wasn't ready. That's why she took nearly $20 million from them instead of fully funding the FD, because she had other priorities like the homeless and the illegal immigrants. Those are the reports, that she was doling out the money to help all the illegals who are in LA.
All true. They took their eye off the ball. The question is, do you punish people for that level of neglect when they're that stupid? It's like if someone in a coma is a poor communicator. Do you get mad at them for being a bad communicator if they're in a coma? This is all Democrats. They're just so brainwashed. They're so lost. They're zombies. They're a member of a cult. Liberalism is a cult. Democrat Party is a cult. Marxism is a cult. They're in a weird truth-altering filter where they can't see reality. They can't do anything about it. And so guess what? The rebuilding is going to be just as big of a disaster as the fire. They're not capable of building anything. LA was built by a greater generation than these people. It was built by a generation long gone with beautiful 100-year-old Spanish homes, just old tile work. We had carved wood in our Glendale home, beautiful, just everything. They're not going to be able to rebuild that. Have you seen the whole neighborhoods? Thousands of homes are rubble. It looks like the moon. This ain't coming back. And within 4 years, they're going to have another election. And if they vote for Gavin Newsom again, I got news for you. You deserve this.
John Knox is one of those firefighters, and he joins us now. So they let you go because you wouldn't get vaxxed?
Yes, they did. I've seen the fire service go through its ups and downs, but currently at this point, I've never seen morale in such a poor state. And it's not just here in Los Angeles, it's across the country. In reality, it did start in COVID. That was the beginning of a lot of the problems we're seeing right now.
They're removing white firefighters, or they're trying to diversify everything. It's kind of crazy.
So this is the long tail of many a failed years, guys. We just happen to get unlucky in this giant fire that ends up exposing what happens. You know, the tide goes down and you find out who's not wearing any trunks. And that's what happened. The LA just got exposed. California just got exposed. They're not just not prepared for this disaster. This proves, because of their ideology, they're not prepared for any disaster.
Whatever you think of LA, it's historic. It's beautiful. It's totally charming in its character. You go out there and you drive around and you think, oh my God, if it weren't for the politics, I'd live here. It's so pretty and cute and like all these like sort of no-name charming restaurants that are just off the beaten path where you can get really great food. And like sole proprietors, still ma and pa businesses, unlike Manhattan, by the way, which was ruined by another Democrat, where he chased all the ma and pa proprietors out with his inane policies. In any event, it's sad that this city is being lost before our very eyes because, in part, of the utter incompetence of people like Karen Bass. Go to URL. She's too dumb to be your leader.
I'll back that up. California is too beautiful of a place. Karen Bass is too dumb to be their leader. I'm in love with LA. I love California. I was born in LA, raised in that area. I don't at all dance on these people's graves just because they're liberals. I don't celebrate it at all. It's a disaster. It's one of the most beautiful natural places. There are millions of people there. There's more conservatives living in the state of California than any other state in the United States just because of their population. Even if you have no mercy for the Democrats the way they voted, a bunch of conservatives are in that state at the mercy of those votes. Our people are in trouble. Breaks my heart to see really dumb people in charge of handling this emergency, and the rebuild's going to be a bigger disaster. I'm Doug in Exile.